create with all recycled materials, fabrics, and supplies. And it's our way to give the earth a little hug. And if you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. So I got a couple of things to share for artisans who are really inspired by nature. So it's just a couple little simple things that I got, but I also want to share with you what I got free. And I'm going to use it as an art table. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. But before we do that, I'm just going to flip this and show you the little pumpkin. Okay, see the pumpkin and the mums that I got. And it's just so simplistic, but very, very inspirational. And for those of you who love nature, you remember the little birdhouse there and the little bird feeder that my son had gifted me. So check this out. But look at the colors. Orange and purple. So we were talking about that. Orange and purple. Guess what? Orange and purple, yellow and purple. These go together just beautifully any time of the year, like any season. So what I'm going to do, you're not going to believe this table. I do have my tape measure. So I'm going to flip this camera. Okay, so check out this table. This was set down near the dumpster. Okay, see this table? Now I'm gonna get the stand for the, I'm gonna get the stand so I can stand this camera up and measure the table. And I can find, okay. So the reason I'm showing you this is when I drove by it, I didn't realize the quality of this. This table is possibly cherry. It's gorgeous, okay? It's absolutely gorgeous. And here, maybe I'll put this down so you can see the wood. Maybe some of you know what this is, but the reason I'm showing this to you, okay, so this is about just very, here it is, 40 inches this way. Now this comes up, look, this is a leaf, look, I'm bringing the leaf up. I guess it's gonna stay. See, do I have to lock it? Okay, I guess that stays. And so I'm gonna put this camera back, flip this for a second here so you can see. Okay, now it has another leaf, but look at the underside of it. Look at this table. Okay, I don't know what the, let's see how, okay, so it's 40 inches going this way. Okay, so the center, let's see where the center is here. So the center's 12 inches. Okay, that's 12. And, okay, and then we've got about, it looks about 17 here. So 34, 44, 46. So this table with the leaf will come up over there, is almost 4 feet. Okay, it's almost 4 feet in length. And it is, yeah, I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. It just really is. And it's 40 inches wide. Now, let's see how deep it is. Let's see how high it is. And I'll have to put this down again. So the reason I'm going on and on about this table is a couple of things. I went in, I would say several months ago, to buy a table because I didn't have a table in here for about 3 months. And as an artist, and you know, as a fiber artist, fabric artist, that's just about a nightmare, right? I have to sit down on the floor. I have to look for surface area all the time. So a couple things happened. Okay, let's see how high this is off the floor. Okay, so it's a 30 inches off the floor. So that's pretty good. Okay, so you're getting about 2.5 feet easy. So that's nice to be able to. Here, I'm going to actually sit at this table. And Oh, and since I'm on here, I'll share this with you. Okay, right here, this box. So, let me put that over there. I gotta test that leaf and make sure it's really, really good. But strong is what I'm saying before I put too much on it. So, so I had, um, I had bought a table at the thrift shop and I shared it with you. I have it on the other side of the room here. So a round table. I got it for 20 bucks. Okay. And then for the art and craft, for the art hop, after the fashion show, we had the art hop. So I had to have my own table to set up. And many art and crafters, as you know, you have to have your own table. Hi Panka, how are you? I'm gonna put this window down over here for a moment. Sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. So, but I had to have my own, so I ended up buying a table at Walmart for about 30 something dollars, okay? So this is over the last few months here. Now this table was totally free. It was just set, whoop, there's a leaf just went, because I didn't lock it. I have to figure out how to lock it. But it was totally free and set down near the, on the lawn. So the neighbors had taken some furniture earlier today. But this is a perfect length for me to be able to, it's a perfect length for me to be able to lay out my quilts and do the Boro Sashiko inspired quilts with you so you can actually see how the design and the method is being laid out. And the same with the Kawandi. So this is wide enough, being 40 inches, and then being 4 feet. This is perfect. So anyway, I wanted to, today, more than ever, I really believe it's really super important to share, and we encourage on this program not to put things into the landfill, but to share. So in this bucket, okay, I have a bunch of things that are, these are things that, well, I guess I got pictures in there, but I thought I had a lot of what they call junk journal items. So this may not be the right bucket, but I've got a few of these. These are the origami. But for junk journal items, okay, and we're going to be getting ready to do those as we're doing probably parallel to our quilts. But I'm going to get back on here later and share those. But look at these. This is just like, I made these last year. So these are just little folded, they're little bookmarks. Okay, they go, and if you have a card or something, they go in your book. They just go in the corner like that. The really nice little gift. So now I got to tell you, last year at the Art and Craft, and this is the reason I'm pulling out all these little things, because I'm making a bunch of little things. But in the Art and Craft, these did not really go. People were really intrigued by them, but they weren't really willing to spend any money on those. So those did not really go. Yeah, so I thought this was my journal, but it's not. Oh, here are some, yes, I thought they were in here. So this is what we're going to be making more of. Now, mind you, I'm working on a lot of things behind the scenes. I'm working on a lot of projects, and a lot of the projects I come on here after I've made like a half a dozen and I feel like I'm kind of ahead a little bit. I'll come back on here and share with you. So these are just little things I made to put in a junk journal. Now, for those of you who sew, you can see the little whimsical kind of sewing on the edges there. That's from the sewing machine. Okay, and here's another one. Look, these are just on paper bag or cardboard. material. And then all I did was take fabric and cut it to the shapes I wanted. These actually did get some attention last year. People liked them for their junk journal. The ones who did, okay, so I'm just going to tell you this. The junk journal sector of our society is small. It really is. I mean, people, there was a whole craze, right? I think it went on in the 80s, didn't it? 80s and 90s with scrap journaling, maybe even to 2010, scrap journaling. You know, people were really doing it for pictures of their family members is what they were doing. And, you know, making it really pretty around the border of the picture, putting together their journals. What this is more of, junk journaling is more of like a meditative type journal. And people aren't, anything that I do, people don't seem really to know about, or they're not familiar with it. Like with Boro Sashiko Inspired or Kawandi, people are like, what is that? So it's kind of like a teaching experience also. But this again is just using this one. This is some scrap music paper, some fabric. You see the bird, and look, it's all sewed. That's freeform stitching. This is freeform stitching. Okay, and this one's kind of cutesy. I think this is kind of missing a little bit. Like we could add a little more to that. So these now, because I spent a lot of time in my learning curve last year, these I can maybe whip up a little bit more. The thing is, when you make something like this, making the design is what takes time. So if you get a design that you really like the little Christmas tree and the little box and whatnot, and you just make up, like just do a bunch of cutouts if you want to make a bunch of them. But putting the fabrics together and then sewing it shouldn't take too long. The only thing you're seeing different on here that I added right here is that's like a little foil. This is where I save things like a coffee box, for example. Inside of it, it has a foil bag that the little pods are kept in. That's perfect for a junk journal. So things like that you want to keep and kind of think a little bit ahead. You know, what might go with the junk journal pages that I'm making. So these pages, typically, for those of you who do junk journaling, you know that you can either sew the page in, or you can kind of use a little eyelet and a punch hole and make little holes there, and then you can tie it in. Or guess what? If you have pockets in the junk journal, you can put these right in the pocket. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I really jumped on here to share this table because it's a beautiful table, and I will be cleaning this up and setting it up to use because it's wider and longer than my little art table. But being a fiber artist, I need a lot of surface space. So with that, I was happy to find this, and nobody wanted it. So if somebody wanted it, I would have said take it. But and I did actually ask first, so I'm like, okay, nobody really wants this, I'll take it. But isn't that adorable, the little snowman? Because that time of year is coming. So anyway, with that, I hope that you have a beautiful day. Jump back on with some tutorials on the different things that I'm making. And I send you love and light. Yeah, I forgot I had